What's going on, guys? Mike, aka Crypto Jewels. I'm going to do a Trias video update. Let's just hop straight into it, guys. As you all know, I'm not a financial advisor. I do this for entertainment and educational purposes only. So do not blindly follow anything I say or do. All right. So we have been talking about Trias in this choppy move upwards into my main target area between $7 to $12 or so. Since really we broke out of this, falling wedge, whatever you want to call it here, into this move as it has unfolded. This thing has been extremely choppy, which is indicative of a corrective move from an Elliott wave standpoint, which means that it is not impulsive, which means that I do not believe this thing is macro bullish, which isn't necessarily, a bad thing unless you, are live and die Trias and, are going to hold on to your Trias coins until you die. Then, that could potentially end up being a bad thing. But from a trading standpoint and from traders, which is what I am, it doesn't really matter if it's macro bullish or macro bearish. We can still trade it and still make decent money if we get a good read on what it's doing. And I feel like I have had a pretty good read on Trias, really since it was born. I played this move up, I played this move up, and played a lot of these bounces. So for the most part, Trias has done me very well as a trader, and I will continue to trade it and continue to play the swings as long as I have a good read on it. So, all right, enough of that. From a macro standpoint, if you guys want to see kind of what I'm thinking from a macro standpoint, you can see one of my other videos. This is on the daily chart. As of right now, the way that I have this entire structure is a B, C to put in our A wave here, and then A, B, and then what to me is looking like and actually an ABC. So this would technically be a WXY and not an ABC. And then from there, I believe we will move upwards to $8.50, $7 to $12. Ultimately, as of right now, the way this target is projected, as long as we do not break below the low at $1.92, the current target is right at around $9 or so is where I'm ultimately targeting as of right now. So let's get this off the chart and let's dive into the weeds a little bit. The last video I did, I believe we were, somewhere in this area still chopping around. I talked about this red box being resistance and us needing to break above that in order to, have our next leg up. That obviously has not happened. And I am still looking at this entire structure as potentially this ABC, which would be, it's actually probably looking more like a WXY. So this being an ABC down, a zigzag like that, some sort of a flat for a B wave, and then what looks to be like an A, and then a consolidation of a B, and then a final drop down, potentially for a C, which as of right now, picked the wrong targets here. Which if that's the case, we're actually targeting, down here below low twos or so is where that would be targeting. If this is some sort of a funky, ugly ABC, with an impulse down, then it's targeting, the upper end of, this box here at 243. So really, as of right now, I've got 224 to 243 on here, but I would go as far as saying we're potentially could wick down here below, into 205 to 240 is really where I'm anticipating this thing drop. My assumption at the moment is that this thing is going to go deeper than shallow. I think 243 is kind of hopium as far for the bulls go. I would assume at this point that we get at least 224 and more than likely low twos. And then if that obviously breaks and price action is not strong from there, then I think that this will end up turning into this impulse, which is the one. You got this A, B, C, 2, and then you'll have this 3, 4, 5, taking us all the way down to $1.65. So those are the scenarios that I've got right now. So again, basically, I'm assuming at this point that we hit low twos, and potentially if we break below that and sustain below it, then I'm targeting $1.65. But the way this thing's unfolding right now, let's throw the fibs on here. So if this was, you'd have a 1, you got your A, B, C for your flat. You would have what looks to be probably a 1, 2, 3 down to around this zone here, $1.94. And then probably a nice little retrace up for a 4 wave, and then finally back down here to $1.65. So that would be the impulsive structure if that's what we're getting. But we'll kind of just have to play it by ear and see what happens. So that's currently what I see with Trias. We'll see y'all later.